Celebrate April as Donate Life Month to support organ and tissue donation. I want to thank once again the wonderful Mayor Sullivan for his great support for organ and tissue donation and his support for individuals in this community who are personally touched. Sandy Duffy, who will speak later, is a true champion of bringing this issue to the light of everyone and to encourage people to learn more about organ and tissue donation and register when they go to renew their license or get their ID at the RMV, Registry of Motor Vehicles. I do want to thank Erin Devaney, the registrar of the RMV, who's extremely busy. She wanted to be here today, but unfortunately was called away. But Blondie does a wonderful job here at the Braintree RMV, where the question is posed: would you like to register as an organ and tissue donor? 99% of all people who say yes to organ and tissue donation do so at the RMV and or the DMV throughout the country. This is an important relationship. The DMV sees basically the vast majority of the individuals who are in a state, and we have strong support for presenting the only public health question on a state document. We encourage people to learn more about organ and tissue donation, and you can learn more by going online at donatelifenewengland.org. Again, donatelifenewengland.org. At that website, you're able to learn more about organ and tissue donation and register as an organ and tissue donor. Organ and tissue donation is a voluntary choice. That being said, it's not a neutral choice. Both the state and federal government strongly support organ and tissue donation and provide the easiest way to register, and that's at the RMV. So we want to thank the RMV for providing that information. And again, I want to thank Senator Keenan for his wonderful support as well. We have wonderful volunteers who are personally touched by organ and tissue donation. There's two sides: individuals who are alive today because of that wonderful gift, and also family members who miss their loved ones each and every day, but realize through their wonderful gift of organ and tissue donation, they're affecting many other individuals' lives. Here in Braintree, there's very few people who are as powerful in my mind as Sandy Duffy, and I want to thank her for her time and her commitment, and appreciate her time here. Sandy, thanks.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming today. I really appreciate it. And a special thank you to Mayor Sullivan for sponsoring this event year after year. I have a very special message for you all. My son passed away at the age of 35 from a brain aneurysm. Chris enriched the lives of 45 people in 19 states and somebody in Barcelona, Spain. 2 women received Chris's corneas. I believe Chris lives on in all these people, otherwise I wouldn't be standing here today. So make sure when you renew your license, check off that little box, because there's 123,000 people waiting today for a transplant. Thank you. And I also want a special thank you to Chris Griffin for flying the Donate Life flag in front of the town hall for the month of April. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Sandy. Words cannot express how much we appreciate the wonderful things you do. I do want to bring attention that we do have this placard on the MBTA. The state has worked extremely closely with us, and they provided free space for us to have 200 of these placards educating the public regarding organ and tissue donation and providing the opportunity through the QR code to learn more about it. As I said, there are 2 stories, 2 sides of the story for organ and tissue donation. Individuals who are paying tribute to the wonderful heroes who do become organ and tissue donors, but also the individuals who are alive today because of that. Shauna has got a wonderful story, and her daughter has got as much energy as possible. I'll let you talk about this, but Shauna, thank you so much for your time as well.
Hello, everyone. I'm here today because I'm a big supporter of organ and tissue donation for the right reasons. When my youngest daughter, Caitlin, was born, she was born very sick. Her liver was failing. Without a liver transplant, she would not have survived. Because somebody said yes to organ and tissue donation, she is alive today. Here she is. She is now 7 years old and thriving. She was 5 months old when she received her transplant, and she's doing amazingly well today. I can't say enough about the importance of organ and tissue donation. People don't really think about it until it affects them. But you know, the chances of you needing an organ is far greater than the odds of you actually becoming a suitable donor. That's why it's so important that we increase the numbers so that there's a larger pool of donors available for people who are needing life-saving organs. So all I can say is please check that box. You can do a great thing. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Shauna, thank you so much. And actually, Shauna took some time out of day from her time being a nursing student. She realized the importance of kind of the healthcare system and the wonderful miracle can happen. And as you said, your daughter kind of...
She did. She inspired me to go to school.
That's great. Shauna also brought up a great point, is that organ donation is extremely rare. Only 1% of all deaths happen in a manner that you can actually be an organ donor. And as Shauna said as well, you're more likely to actually need an organ than to become a donor. Our motto is donate life. We don't want anyone to pass away. That being said, people do die on a daily basis, and there's an opportunity to help save someone else's life if you no longer need those organs. So please consider registering. Again, I really want to thank the mayor for being a true champion of this cause and causes that affect individuals in this great town of Braintree. He has hosted us, this is his 5th year, and is truly a compassionate person. It is my great pleasure being able to work with him and how he carries out messages to shine light on important issues like this. Mayor, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Matt. I want to express appreciation. Matt has really done the work in terms of letting everyone know about the donation issue. And Shauna and her daughter, Caitlin, are living proof of the benefits associated with donation. Donation really is life. It's life for other individuals, and those who donate truly do live on in the lives of other individuals. I believe in that, and their spirit continues, and the physical donation they make contributes to the life of another individual and helps obviously support them throughout their life and their families. So it is a tremendous gift that we all need to recognize and appreciate. Sandy Duffy is someone who I've known for many years, and her love and affection not only for our community but also her remembrance of her son Christopher is something that I think we all admire. Sandy didn't tell you this, but when she was at the Rose Bowl parade, was it last year or 2 years ago now? 2 years. You were the queen of the parade, Sandy. You were the one who I think everyone, I saw you on television. And,
I waved to you.
You did? I think you did. I said, she's waving to me.
Right, but to you.
But you remember Christopher, and we do all because of your work, Sandy.
Thank you.
And so we thank you so much for reminding us and sensitizing us to this issue that is very personal here in the town of Braintree. And I want to thank Matt as well, just in terms of, you know, he comes to our door and asks if we can help, and I think the least we can do is assist in the promotion of this program, which is so vital and so important. And so I thank him as well, and I thank the registry. You know, when we say the word Blondie, it sounds so sexist, you know? But the name is Blondie, and Blondie's a Braintree representative, Braintree resident, I should say, and a representative of the registry here in the town. And she's the one who gets it done at the registry, and she gets it done in working with the New England group of Donation of Life. And so express appreciation to all. John Keenan, tremendous state senator for us, Shannon Hume, great counselor, Chief Jenkins, working so hard in terms of the protection of our community. All of us joined in this great effort to see if we can make a difference, and I believe we are. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Mayor, thank you again. It's always a great pleasure being in this great town of Braintree. I do want to, again, acknowledge the police chief. Thank you so much for being here, realizing that police, fire, EMTs, their only sole job regarding organ and tissue donation is to get individuals to the hospital as quickly as possible. There is no organ and tissue donation consideration or decision-making at that point. Additionally, at hospitals, their #1 job is to save your life. Organ and tissue donation is only considered after, sadly, someone has passed away. If an individual is in a coma, you're not being considered for organ donation. We want people to live as long as possible, and that is our effort. Representing those 123,000 individuals in the United States, those over 5,000 individuals in New England, and the over 3,000 individuals here in Massachusetts waiting for a life-saving organ. Additionally, I want to say that working here in New England and in Massachusetts, we have some of the best hospitals, not only in the country, but in my mind, the universe. They do a wonderful job helping save people each and every day, and we have a great relationship with them. As the mayor said, I want to thank kind of up and down the government here. Shannon Hume has been here for the past 3 years, really appreciate it, and she wanted to say a few comments as well. Thank you, Shannon.
Good morning. My name is Shannon Hume. I'm a counselor at large here in Braintree. Ever since I got my license when I was a teenager, I have always been an organ donor. And when I met my husband and we got married, or prior to that, I told him he needed to become an organ donor. It's one of those things that if you can save a life, it's something I feel you should do. I first met Sandy Duffy a few years ago when a friend of mine, John Morelli, who's a Braintree resident, was in need of a heart and liver transplant. We were organizing a fundraiser for him. And John, luckily, received that heart and liver transplant and is doing great today. I know John was planning on being here today, but couldn't make it. But just recently, a month ago, my oldest son, Connor, got his permit at the registry, and he's filling out the application, and the spot was organ donation, and he left it blank. I said, you need to check that. And he said, well, why? I said, you remember Mr. Morelli, because my kids went, knew Mr. Morelli, know him, and know what he went through. I said, somebody check that box and save Mr. Morelli's life. If they didn't check that box, he might not be here today. And he said, oh, and without hesitation, checked it. So I encourage all of you to become an organ donor. If you're not, contact the registry and do that, because you could potentially save a stranger. You could potentially affect somebody in your life. You could affect, there's people here today whose lives have been affected from organ donation. So I encourage you all to do that. I thank you all for being here and for this important event, and again, be an organ donor. Thank you.
Shannon, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. As Shannon said, you can learn more about organ and tissue donation. Register when you go to the RMV and/or online at donatelifenewengland.org. Again, donatelifenewengland.org. You're able to identify what organs you do and/or do not want to have donated. This is a gift, an individual's gift to someone else. We want to make sure people have the ability to do that. I also want to thank the state legislator. Senator Keenan has been a wonderful advocate for his constituents and a wonderful advocate for organ and tissue donation, bringing attention to this opportunity to register, again, a voluntary choice, but thank him for his wonderful work on Beacon Hill and for his time to join the mayor to celebrate April as Donate Life Month. Thank you so much, Senator. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Matt. It's a pleasure to be here and to bring you the greetings of my colleagues in the legislature, Senator Brian Joyce, who had another engagement this morning, and Representative Mark Cusack, who is busy at the State House doing the state budget. He'll be there all day and most of tonight, I assume, on that. We do have citations here from the Massachusetts House of Representatives and from the State Senate. The citations to the New England Organ Bank, to the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles, and then we each have one as well for Sandy, thanking her for the attention that she brings to this issue, not only here in Braintree, but across the Commonwealth and, in fact, across the country. So we thank you very much for that. We have those citations. For so long, the cycle of life used to be that you were born, you lived, and you died. And that's how it went for a long, long time. And then it became possible to donate life. And that cycle of life has changed for the better, because you are born, and shortly after birth, you may need a transplant of some sort, as a beautiful Caitlin here did. And at some point in your life, you may benefit, some of you know may benefit from it as well. And then, as you reach the end of that cycle, as it comes time to pass on, you can continue to give life through a donation of your organs. So that cycle of life has expanded, has become better for all of us. Thank you to all those who donate life. And I think we can all play a role in continuing to change that cycle of life for the better by agreeing and signing up to be organ donors. So we do encourage that. But I want to thank Matt, Mayor Sullivan, everybody who's here today for all the work that they do, and know that we at the state are your willing and ready partners in promoting the cause of organ donation. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Really appreciate it.
I just want to point out
Yes,
a
please.
couple of things. No, you can,
Oh.
just for your,
Do you want to say
that's
anything?
fine. No.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you so much for your wonderful comments. That is the first time that I heard it put that way, and so true. The circle of life is important. Thank you so much. And Mayor, thank you again for identifying April as Donate Life in Braintree. You've been so wonderful to do this again for the 5th year, to bring attention, to encourage people to learn more about organ and tissue donation, to identify the great relationship that we have as the federally designated OPO organ procurement organization, to work with the state of Massachusetts and all the New England states, to work with the hospitals to help identify the opportunity of life. This day is to really celebrate individuals personally touched. Again, this picture says 1,000 words, but being here in Braintree, there is really no greater advocate for kind of the power of getting involved and bringing attention to a matter. So, Sandy Duffy, thank you so much for the wonderful work you do. Shannon, Shauna,
That's Shannon.
Shannon, right.
I'm Joe.
Joe, okay, right, and I'm Matt. Well, thank you all, before I miss more names incorrectly. Mayor, thank you again for bringing attention to this important issue. City Councilwoman, thank you so much, and Senator, thank you, and everyone who's personally touched. Really appreciate the opportunity to do so. I want to also thank the wonderful media here in Braintree, really community-oriented to really help educate the individuals here. If you don't mind, at the last, I would like to take a picture of everyone. But again, thank you so much for everyone's time. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry about the name. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Those are comments.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you for your comments.
There's some videos on YouTube.
Oh, cool.